Hello, welcome to our movie class. Today we will speak about movie Life of Brian. It's a continuation of our week of religion. I think it's a coincidence. I didn't know that the movie is about religion. So what is the movie about? What do we know about it? It's not. Yes, Diana, what is about? It's not about religion.
Yeah, it is not about religion. It's just a parody on, on some facts described in Bible, or actually it's like a parody on some historic events, like traditions, or I don't know. That's an interesting movie, very funny. Though I must admit, it was very difficult to understand. The accent of the guys are awful, that was really hard. I don't know, Teacher Lee, how about you? Was it easy for you to understand them?
Yeah, I understand it pretty easily. It's natural to me.
Yeah, I
didn't
know.
have anything intelligent to say, so there was no need to understand them.
Well, but yeah, there are a lot of jokes and a lot of play of words and a lot of ridiculous, actually, so lines or whatever it was. Yeah, but some of them were pretty funny, so I laughed out loud a couple of times.
Cool. So, what do we know about this team? This Monty Python team? Anyone? The creators of the movie.
They make a lot of plays, theater plays, movies, and TV series. All of them are satiric.
So some British comedy team. I don't know, comedy or satiric. Comedians, yes. They are very popular, One of the most useful, the most common programming language called Python because of them. Because a lot of geeks like their how we call it, their art. I don't know what is that, and this movie actually looks for me like a show, like a few lines made together to make a movie. So maybe it's not very logical, not very straightforward, something like that. So what else about the movie, Vasants? What do you like in the movie? What do you don't like?
This movie is about how do you call it? This movie take place where or when Jesus Christ was living. So it's a contemporary story about an unknown man. It's how do we call it? A fictional story about an individual who was living at the same time of Jesus, and mostly it resembles some of Jesus story, and it's mostly satire satire movie. Yes.
So he lived somewhere around the main action, and that's why we can see all these things. So it's a approach to show us the main storyline, like from the side, I think. Okay. Anything else? Jorgen, what do you like in the movie?
I don't know what I like, but I don't like this W word.
W word?
Yeah.
No,
Why?
I know them.
Okay. Teacher Lee, do you know what is that? No.
What's a W word?
I can't pronounce correct.
I can remember the scene when someone was beaten to death by stones because of that word, right?
Jehovah.
Yeah.
The name of God. Jehovah. The name of God, yes.
Okay. There's no W in Jehovah.
So what is that? What is the word? What does it mean? Gerard, teach me, please.
What? Jehovah. Jehovah is the name of God. But I think
why we should...
there is a sect of Christians that they are called witnesses of Jehovah. And I think they are forbidden in your country. I don't know whether it's true or not.
Yes. It's true. Maybe that's why I don't know.
No, I like the movie. I can prove I like the movie because I have it.
Okay, what you especially like?
I like when the centurion, when the I think in Pilatus is talking about his friend Dicus, and they are trying not to laugh.
Yeah, that was
very funny.
Yeah, and I think that Jorgen tried to say that the Pilate, he could not pronounce R sound, R. So that's why he was pronouncing W, sound instead of R. So, and that's why it is a lot of wordplay is based on that. So that's why some of the things, especially this scene when Pilate was out and was wanted to release someone, in front of the crowd. It was a Passover, and it was a traditional for him to release one of the prisoners. Yes, one of the prisoners who, so all other are crucified, and the one is released. So, and he made all kinds of jokes because of this mispronunciation of this R sound, and it was funny.
Yeah. Now, those I couldn't understand. When they were yelling out all these funny expressions, I couldn't understand what they were saying.
Well, I could not understand them either. That's why I found the subscribed, the subtitles. Yes, the subtitles, because otherwise I would never understand that. And there were a lot of, words, like cuss words over there, and with the R, they are normal words, with the sound R, these are normal words, and with W instead of R, it is just obscenity.
Okay, very interesting. I should to rewatch this scene then.
Yeah, I think it's better watch this film with subtitles.
Subtitles, they are very helpful, yes, because the accent it's very hard to understand, especially when you watch American movies for too long, and you can understand them easily. So British accent can be hard.
The quality of the sound is not very good. It's a 30 years old movie, and it's not very clear.
Yeah.
Right. It's another interesting point about the age of the movie. So it's pretty old, right? And maybe it's pretty fresh for that times. What do you think? All these critics and satire, was it a common thing?
I don't think it is pretty fresh. All the 60s are over by then. Like in the 60s, probably it would be pretty fresh. But this is the end of the 70s, so that was kind of people were very free in their speech and in everything. So especially, I think that in Britain, it was like, it was past the time when they could have been afraid to say something, I guess.
I see. Well, what do you think? Is it possible to have such a movie now?
Well, there are a lot of movies like that, I think.
Definitely not in Russia. Now we are obsessive by by restrictions. We cannot do anything, to not to offend anyone and something like that. So I think it's impossible now to shoot such a movie in Russia. It will be just dangerous.
Can you remember the time when it was possible?
Well, yes.
When? Okay.
The best time of Glasnost and Perestroika.
Well, there were still committees, there was like a couple of years of this freedom, like when they tried to do something outstanding, but, not a long time, I guess. Not enough time.
Yes, but now it's different. Now, It's totally different. No one will, break your house and say you shoot a bad movie. No, but you will be abstracted by society. The people will not pay for tickets, and on TV shows you will be punished like, I don't know, like a person with bad taste and so on. So it's what's the word for that? Cynical. It's a cynical society now, I think. Jart, what about Spain? Is it possible to have such satire?
Yeah, I think so. It's usual British humor. I think it's not anything. It's not special.
Okay. Ticheli, what about America? Do you film such movies?
What? Do I see movies like this?
No. Is it possible in America to shoot such movies, to make them?
Oh.
No.
Well, I mean, they were made in America, right? Most of them. Monty Python, The Holy Grail, and all that. But these days, I would say the movie makers have to be more careful.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a...
Maybe they care more about money, about cinema and about all those tickets to sell. Probably people would not go to the cinema to watch such a movie now.
Well, I mean, when The Great Wall came out with Brad Pitt, okay? Well, Brad Pitt's a white American. All the Asian countries criticized it because it wasn't an Asian actor in The Great Wall lead. So we had comments like, oh, we don't need the big white people to come save us again, Put an Asian in the role. Put an Asian in the role, I'm not going to go see it. I went to see it because of Brad Pitt. That's the only reason I went to see that movie. Hollywood understands money, like you say.
Right.
They put people in the movie that can make money.
Right.
They don't care if the guy's Asian or white, to tell you the truth. So, so like Russians are probably always saying, oh, the Americans are always saving the world. Well, we're making the movies. We feature ourselves. But now we're getting what do you want to call it? Hit back or kickback. Now people are angry because how come the star is always a white person?
Yeah.
So, Star Trek has been I shouldn't say infamous, but Star Trek has been careful to have a woman commander, a black commander, a white commander. Star Trek tries to be more diverse. Hollywood's not there yet.
But
yeah.
The protagonist of the Great Wall actually was Matt Damon.
Yeah, Matt Damon. Okay, not Brad Pitt. And Brad Pitt was in the Troy.
Troy. Yes.
Yes, the Achilles. He was Achilles. Yes, exactly. Like a blonde hair and everything. Yeah, perfect Achilles.
So Americans don't care, but the foreign countries are tired of seeing white American. They want to see Egyptians and Asians and Greek.
Yeah.
And we don't have actors like that. So what do we do? I don't know.
Right.
Okay, so about
diversity. Should be there.
my favorite line. What I like it in the movie very much. It's these talks from the opposition. They speak the same way. Nothing changes in the centuries.
Absolutely. Right. So People's Front of Judea against the Judea's People's Front, and the common enemy, like front of Judea's people, something like that. Yeah.
Yes, but their language in general, where they speak about, I don't know how we call that genre when they just cannot even describe that. They just can blame everyone, right? They just proclaim some actions but do nothing. And what else? And their style is very high, posh. What is the word for that? Posh probably is British. They try to use the most embellished words in their speech.
We just call it fancy language.
Okay, fancy language. So fancy language, no actions, and internal discussions about everything. About I don't know. We had that. I can see that.
The usual bureaucratic stuff. Yeah.
But it's not bureaucratic. It's about, I don't know. It's about, you know, people on the kitchen in Russia do that. They sit each in front of others and speak and speak and speak about current government or past government or damn Americans and internally. And nothing happened. So it's my favorite part of the movie. Okay, so we have a few questions. Let's answer them. Why are they playing more than one character in the film? It's the most obvious one. Why? Jürgen, do you know the answer?
No.
I don't understand the question.
Many characters in the movie played by the same actors. Why?
Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay.
You were not attentive, teacher Lee. Yeah. Or, you know, like the costumes were so good that you could not, you know, like makeup was just beautiful, right?
let's cover that part too. What about clothes? What about, you know, scenery? Do you like that? I think it's fantastic. This costume, this scenery, it's very good.
Yes, I like the rocket one, you know, like the spaceship with the aliens over there. So wonderful. I love that.
I did not understand that at all. Why?
Why?
In the movie? Why? What's
because
happening?
Otherwise he would kill himself, you know, falling down from that high tower. So aliens saved him in order to put him back safe on the ground at the same point, at the same place, you know. So that is why aliens are play a very important role in this movie.
Maybe it's because please.
Have you ever heard the expression Deus ex machina?
Yes.
Nope.
Gerard, what's that? It means God from the machine. Explain it to us, Gerard.
No, I don't remember, but I heard this word, and even as the name of a video game.
It's a movie technique. When the hero of the movie is absolutely doomed, and there's just no rescue, he's just going to die. The movie will come up with some fantastic rescue out of the blue and save him. We call that Deus ex machina. So this alien spaceship was the only way they could save him from dying in the movie. So out of the blue, this spaceship appears, saves him, and goes away. So that's a technique called Deus ex machina.
Well, it's because the movie is too old. You know, in modern Hollywood movies, they have a pile of trash. People always jump into that. And it's more logical, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So what about other costumes? Can you believe that it's a medieval time?
It's not medieval time.
It's how we call it?
Roman time.
Yeah, it's Roman time.
Roman Empire time.
Ancient, yes, ancient time. The 1st century, actually.
Yeah, it looked pretty ancient and primitive. Yeah, they did a good job there.
What about all these events like stone beating and anything else? Looks authentic, right?
Still done today in some countries.
Yeah, that's right. Yes.
And women love that.
Yeah, they had no many, you know, like attractions over there. So that was the highlight of the day or week, you know.
Vasant, please.
Yes, this story is mostly like a time travel movie. So you can use some recent technologies at the past as satirical in a satirical way. So you can use cell phones to make them wonder in the past. So if you travel to the past, so it felt like the same. in this movie too, because you know something about what's happened now. You can use something from the current situation and can be used in the past, like selling stones to throw the stone at someone. So that was a really funny one. Yeah.
I like that episode actually. Yes, when they pick the stones, say okay, the different types, and the woman, the mother said, okay, there are a lot of them around. I can pick up any of them. No, look at this one. This one is just made out of something. So, and he sold the stones. That was cool. Yeah.
I thought it's handmade, no? Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. So, but why on the square was only women? Why? Just
because women were forbidden to do a stoning, but
that's why they were banned.
Something is forbidden. It's interesting to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So women can find the way.
Okay. I also like it the episode when they haggle. Is it the right word? Haggle for the goods on the market.
Haggle, yes. Haggling is a very important thing. Yes, in the market.
A lot of stereotypes, right? About stereotype. It's not safe.
Why?
Not safe.
Why is it a stereotype? It's true. In some countries you're supposed to do that. Otherwise, you're considered to be, like stupid. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, is it safe? Is it politically correct? Say that Jewish like to haggle? What do you think?
Well, maybe it is not politically correct, but it is true. That's why it is not politically correct, right?
But some stereotypes are true.
That's why they're funny.
Not only Jewish, not African people, who are Muslims. They love haggling.
That's a nice tradition, It's why not to follow it? Yeah.
So, what do you think? Do you answer the question why they play more than one characters in the film?
No, we didn't start. We didn't even start to answer this question.
Saves money on actors.
Well, I think that there are just the limited amount of the Monty Python's actors. That's the reason. The only reason for that. There were like 10 or 20 of them. That's why. Why to hire any other actors? So they did everything by themselves. That's it.
Mazans, please. Mazans?
What wondered me is there are more people in some scenes, like at the crucifixion. So I wonder why would not they cast any female artists? So I think there are a couple of female artists there. I don't know why they didn't cast more women.
Didn't want to share money with women.
I think it's not about money. I think it's genre of the Monty Python circus.
Yeah.
They used to play everything important by themselves, so they can pass the second role to someone else, but not the main one. So we have the same now from some teams, from some circus. So and it answers your question, Tishili. Why was Brian's mother was a man? Because it's an important role, and they want to play it by themselves. They don't want to pass them.
Yeah, I think that the Brian's mother was a very ridiculous figure. They just wanted it to be a man, to be played by a man, because it's supposed to be an old woman and an ugly woman, and they are ladies. We're pretty, so they didn't want them, to play the mother. I don't know.
Okay. And language question. How do we call this second part roles? Something not important, some in the battle.
Just
when we have a lot of artists.
A support role.
Support role.
A crowd scene, extras probably, yeah? Like extras.
Extras, yeah. We call them extras, the actors.
Okay.
The first transgender in movies. Did you know that in medieval times women were not allowed to play? and men.
Right.
The guys
Yes,
are
yes.
women, so that's something normal at this time.
Maybe that's why they are, they're English, they're British. That's why probably it's like a Britain tradition somewhere in that, because like in Shakespeare's time, all women's roles were played by men in the theater. So kind of like a theatrical shade in that as well.
Right.
Cool.
Okay. Another question. What is the one satirical scene from the movie that still fits the current situation? And I cannot answer because I think almost everyone, almost every sense. What did you mean, Vasants? Which one? Tell us.
The one where the people started to chasing him and found his shoes and
to follow.
shoe, and another one is the God, I think. Yeah. So they started. So two group of people started to praise his shoes and God. It almost reminded me these days religious groups within the same religion, they have separate groups started to follow a certain their own their own themes like that. So it reminded me that.
Okay. Yes, good one. We have a lot of saviors nowadays. It's not saviors anymore, but Twitter stars, Facebook stars, movie stars, and they have their what's the word for that? They crowd. We had a
followers,
word.
fans.
In the book class, we had a word for that. Like the crowd from one church, something like this. People who went to the one church, who go to the one church.
Parish.
Congregation.
Congregation, yes.
Parish.
Or constituents.
Christians.
Yeah.
Okay.
The greatest satire that still applies today is I thought it was good in the movie, was what have the Romans done for us?
Yeah, I like that.
Sanitation, road, sewer,
aqueduct, yes.
Throw out the bums.
Yes.
There's always, it's like, to me, that's the Democrats. They're just against the Romans, period. It doesn't matter what good they do, they're against them,
But it's very true. We can see it, everywhere.
Yeah.
It's people just don't count when they don't want to.
Yeah.
They can skip anything. What is thing sanitation? What's the things aqueduct? What else they did for us?
No, they actually gave them that. Okay, yeah. We can walk at night, throughout the city. Yes, but they are still oppressors, and we hate them, and we want them out. So yeah. Of course, it is. Yes, a lot of good things. Education, actually, all these shin words were brought by Romans, but they're still oppressors, and we should kill them all. Yeah.
And I like another scene when Brian's writing Latin that Romans go home, and the centurion.
The linguistic scene.
The linguistic
was
is more important than the message itself.
Yes, and I love all those. How do you call them?
Graffiti.
No. Yeah, graffiti, but the mistakes that he made, and the Roman corrected all the mistakes. Yes, so he showed how to conjugations. Yes.
Declinate.
Yeah, all those things. That was perfect. I love that scene.
Jürgen, please.
I remember when they were in a queue for a crucifixion. And they asked, and he said, "I'm not guilty." And later he said, "I'm just joking."
The funny guy.
Yeah, the funny guy.
I'm not Ryan. I was joking.
Yeah.
He almost escaped, and then he screwed up. Yeah.
So, do you think that is an effective method to teach students to language? Just repeat it 100 times on the wall.
That's the tradition, I think. You know, when I watch The Simpsons, at the very beginning, Bart is always writing all his misdeeds on the board, like 100 times on the board. So I think that's a traditional punishment for in some schools.
But do we have still that in our schools? Because I never watched that. I only in movies.
No.
Yeah, probably not now. It's obsolete. The old days, yeah.
It's not effective, right? So now,
Now the students will refuse to do it.
That's right. That's right. And they cannot make them now. They don't allow you to make them do anything now.
Yeah. No respect today. Yeah.
So, but it looks like Latin language is complicated, right?
It is. It
Not
is.
more than Russian for us.
English came from it. But it's like Russian in a way. You can put the words in any order. The endings tell you what the word's doing in the sentence. So that was one thing good about it.
Conjugations, they have all those endings and all these things. But actually, Italian is, a lot like Latin.
But I think it's possible in Spanish too, right?
No, we don't have declination. We don't have declination in Spanish.
Conjugation, I mean.
Right?
Conjugation, yes, but not declination.
Yeah, same for English. We don't change our endings that much. We got a noun. Everything got to be in a certain place, correct order.
English is very simple in this thing. It is very, very simple. So German is much more difficult than that because they do have that, and they have this feminine, masculine, and neutral, and endings, and all this is changing. So wow, it is also difficult.
So did the Romans really teach them language or not?
No, they made a lot of mistakes.
Well, no, I think you'll find that the Romans did make people learn their language in the Roman Empire, and that's why so many languages were derived from Latin, because Latin did spread their language across Europe.
Right, and we have, I think that Spanish have Latin roots, right? And almost all the European language, it's all about Roman Empire. So it looks like the plan worked somehow.
We call them the Romance languages: French, Spanish, Italian, Romanian, and I think Portuguese. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we have one more.
English too. Okay, go ahead.
English too, right?
Well, we call English Germanic, Slavic, but to me it's more like Latin.
It actually have different branches all melted, all together, because you actually can find the synonyms coming from the Latin origin and from German origin. That's why English has so many synonyms, because there are different roots, so to say.
But why, if anyone in the Roman Empire learns this language, why it's extinct, this language? Why it's dead now? Latin language. How it came to be dead?
Well, actually, it was not spoken, so to say. So there was the spoken language, and Latin was the language of the documents, like the official kind of language. So that is why I think it just evolved into the kind of Italian, the different branch, so to say. But Latin was extinct because people did not use it that much. So they wanted to be closer to people, and in order to be closer to people, they had to learn their language, the spoken language. And they adjusted and adapted the official language closer to the spoken language. That's the reason, I guess.
Okay, Teacher Lee?
We call Latin a dead language because there's no nationality alive today that speaks pure Roman, pure Latin anymore. The ancient Roman Empire, they all died out. So no one speaks Latin today as an everyday language. So there's no new words being created. Nothing new is being created in the Latin language. It's static, stagnant. So we call it dead in that sense. The church uses Latin, but they don't, or should not be, creating new Latin words. They're just using existing words from the dead language. So English is a living language. We make up new words all the time. Latin, that doesn't happen. It's dead because no one speaks it, so it doesn't progress into more modern terminology. That kind of thing. So we call it the dead language.
As the doctors use in America, do the doctors in America use Latin?
Only for prescriptions.
Okay. I always wonder why.
Only in writing. I think it's like the Roman Catholics, why they speak in Latin when they pray, is to impress people.
No, I think it's just international. Like any doctor all over the world can read this prescription and can understand, what disease it is for, or something like that. So it is easier when
it's possible.
Yeah, it is easy. It's like the unification of the thing.
And because the language is dead, it can be misinterpreted, right? Because it's already done.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we have one more question, but I think we answered it already. So if someone makes a religious satirical movie like this in your country now, what would be the audience and government's reaction? Okay, let me copy that. But I think we answered it, right? So I think it's impossible in Russia because we don't like the critic now. Any critic now, I don't know. Maybe it will come back sometimes. Jürgen, what about Sweden? Do you think it's possible now?
What do you ask?
Are there a lot of movies, satirical movies in Sweden? Do you like to point these questions?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Sounds how is it in India?
Making a movie is possible, but if you make a satirical movie about Hinduism, you won't face such a protest like Christianity or Islamic or any other religion, because Hindu people tend to accept the fact that they have more superstitious things as well as reasonable things. So it is possible to make a movie, but the Christian and rest of the community, I mean the rest of the religion, insecure feel makes them to protest against them, because we have more example, like when the Da Vinci Code movie comes out on the last minutes of Jesus Christ and many other Islamic movies, we faced a lot of protests. But we had many satirical movie about Hinduism, but we didn't face such a huge protest like the other religion.
I just recalled a story about some European friends, probably redaction, how we call it, edition of magazine, and they have a terract because they critic of some Islamic things. Can you remember that? What was Charlie?
Yes, yes, it was in Paris. I forgot the
Charlie Hebdo, I think.
Charlie Hebdo.
Yes.
Something like this. So it's not safe. It can be not safe. Teacher
A couple of points about the Wonder Woman movie that came out. I read articles on the internet that in America, when they screened this movie, women actually cried during the movie, because to see a woman be brave and bold and not be afraid of men and to do things and to be a hero, it made them feel so empowered inside. They actually cried from the emotional impact of a woman hero. Finally, that doesn't depend on a man to be strong. The actress is Israeli. So the movie was actually banned in many Muslim countries only for that one reason. So that's another case where if you pick the wrong actress or the wrong actor, you can affect.
Why was it banned? I just missed this part.
The actress that played Wonder Woman is Israeli.
So
she's from Israel.
So
Arabs and Israels hate each other's guts.
Yeah. Okay.
So a lot of countries actually banned the whole movie from being shown in their country just because she was Israeli.
Well, that's just political thing.
Yeah, but it's you have to choose your actors appropriately sometimes, or you lose some audience.
Or better just choose how we call it, Matt Damon or something like that, right?
That's right. Arnold Schwarzenegger, come back. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No one will object about Schwarzenegger. I think.
Yeah.
Why do you think so? Maybe there will be someone.
Oh, I can't imagine.
Someone.
Okay, so do we have more questions? We can go to the slides. I prepared a few.
I got one question for you.
Okay.
Tell me why Brian was mistaken as a savior.
2 times on the when he born, right? And after.
Yeah. At the beginning, it made sense, but later in the movie, how did he become a savior? He didn't say anything smart or wise or intelligent. He just was blah, 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 and suddenly all these people somehow see him as a savior, a messiah. It made no sense to me.
Yeah, because at this time they were expecting for a messiah. That's the reason. Someone who saved them from the Romans.
So these words about the birds and about the lily, these are actually the words from the actual fables described in the Bible. And he was just saying few words, and that was not the reason. So they were just kind of waiting for him to continue. And when he did not, they decided all of a sudden that he had a big secret, like of eternal life or something like that, and started following him and started to ask him about those things. But there was an irony over there, because he actually kind of started to say about the birds who are not thinking about tomorrow, but God gives them the food to live in, and the lily, they do not make their own clothes. So this is kind of fables from the Bible. So yeah. There was satire in there as well.
But it's a way how we usually make saviors. So what's new?
That's right. That's right. It is very easy for people, especially when it is a crowd around you. All your feelings are multiplied by people around you. So like when you sort of the way you think and feel when you are at the rock concert. You're just all excited all of a sudden, and
Yes. How we call that? Multiplication, maybe reflect emotions.
I don't know. Maybe.
Vasants, please.
Yes, if you see that scene, he was speaking as well as the other people, other priests are speaking. Prophets are speaking.
This is the place for prophets.
Yes. So they were speaking a lot, but Brian is the only person who stops speaking, so that made a curiosity among the people, and they started to follow him. Yeah.
He was different. Yes, he differed from the others. They all just keep babbling, and he was the only one who stopped.
Good point. So he stopped, and they understand that he is special.
He knows very special. Something. That's right.
He knows, and he doesn't want to share it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's watch some slides. Maybe we find something new in language. So what is in the stable next door? Jürgen, what is a stable?
Stable. A building.
Right. It's a building for horses, and why it's important in our history, in religious history. I think because Jesus was born, or prophets visited him in the stable, right?
Wise men visited him, yes, in yeah.
So, and there we have this wise man. Let's describe them. Diana, can you start, please?
Oh, yeah, these are three wise men. I don't remember their names actually, so, but they bring their gifts, so you can see the, how do you call this box? I'm not sure how to call this box with Meyer.
A treasure, a chest.
Chest, maybe, but just something big for me, you know, but this is like a small one.
Jewelry chest. It can be a box or a chest.
A small one, okay. So with Meyer and with gold and the frankincense. How do you call that? Frankincense.
Incense, frankincense.
Yes, frankincense. Okay. And they are very well dressed, you know. So they are from the east. So you can see that the guy in the middle, they have like the Eastern turban or whatever it is, you know, and the guy on the left, I don't know what country he's from, but he's just covered. He covers his face, maybe because there are the sand, the country with the, I forgot how to call this, sand storms, something like that. Yeah, that's why they cover their face. Okay. So what else? They have like, I don't know, like necklaces, like plates on their chests, something made of silver or gold, and a lot of coins. The guy on the right have a lot of coins in his, whatever it is, like a women's shawl or whatever it is. I don't know.
What they bring to him? To Messi.
They bring Meyer, yeah. They bring gifts. These are the gold, Meyer, and frankincense. So this is yes.
Frankincense.
Frankincense.
Where it's come from? It's a German, right? It must be.
I don't know.
No, I'm not sure.
Doesn't look like an English word. Frankincense.
Myrrh and frankincense, we don't use in English anymore. They're obsolete.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how we call it now? Vinegar.
Myrrh is a massage oil.
Well, it was a very expensive one. That's why they bring it. They were very, very, very expensive. So myrrh is used in church. When they baptize children, they put, you know, like the priest draws maybe frankincense. I'm not sure. I'm not. So one of these oils, very fancy oils, which are used in church during the ceremonies.
I thought it was holy water. No.
Holy water, and they draw cross with one of these oils. I'm not sure.
Okay.
With Meyer, I guess.
It might be.
Myrrh.
Okay. Whew, a lot of things here.
They were in fancy clothes. We might call them robes, long clothes, robes, or
robes. Okay.
So they're wearing robes, which is that style of clothing a long time ago.
Okay, let's go to the next.
True holy couple.
Giraffe, please, it's for you.
This is the Holy Family. Jesus, Joseph, Mary, and Jesus. With animals, I think it was
a dog.
A dog, no, the big animal, a cow, and a male bull without. How do you call a male bull? Oxen, an oxen, yes.
We call oxen.
Yeah. Oxen, yes.
Lamb.
And
Go ahead.
the three wise men are worshipping Jesus. But actually, they came in. If you read the gospel, they came later. They didn't came at the same time Jesus was born. Sometime later. But it's it's usual to be thought that they were to worship Jesus at the same time, the same day he was born. Yeah, we got it by the star of Lamb. They say that maybe it was a comet.
Or a supernova is what I heard.
So these parents are saint, right? How we call this circle on the under the head?
Aura?
Halo.
Halo.
Yes, halo.
Okay.
You could use both.
And the baby.
A halo is usually a single ring. An aura is a light glow. So this looks more like a light glow, but it's above the head like a halo. So either one.
Well, actually, like the Latin word is nimbus, but halo is the religious term. So that.
Okay. How we call this bed for baby? Crib? Can you say so?
Manger.
Manger. It's actually an animal crib.
Okay.
Well, it's not an animal crib. This is the thing where they put hay, food for stock. It's not a crib.
Is that what a manger is? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diana, please write it in our chat. I would like to save it.
Manger?
Because manger. Okay. Never seen this.
Is a food trough, she's saying. It holds animal food.
Okay.
Or rack?
Hay or something like that, so animals can eat from it.
And how about rack? No.
I'd probably rack is okay, I guess.
Okay.
Probably better.
No, your mimic told us it's not okay somehow.
Okay.
But this scene is very famous in America. It's called the nativity scene.
Yes.
Nativity means birth. We show it just like this, kind of like a barn, the manger with the baby, the father, the mother, the animals, and the three wise men. This whole scene exactly like that. At Christmas time, people will put this in their front yard. And you can drive by and see this scene in their front yard. It's a 3D scene. People use that for decoration. It's on Christmas cards. If you've listened to my song, The Little Drummer Boy, he goes with these three wise men and plays his drums for baby Jesus. And the oxen and the lamb are tapping their feet as he plays his drum. And baby Jesus smiles at him.
Why I remember this rack thing, because there is the saying, the idiom, to live at rack and manger means to live very prosperously, like to have everything, to live rich, to be rich. So that's probably this British saying, but at rack and manger. So yeah, a dog and a manger it is also.
Yeah,
looks like an Ukrainian one, not a British.
It is a British one. It is. I remember it from a book somewhere. I'm not sure about which one.
Okay. Next one, Jorgen, please describe it.
Yeah, they are fighting, these two men. I can't remember about what.
Well, big nose.
Big nose.
It's the guy on the left side. The first guy on the left side is Big Nose. And the one next to Brian is the funny guy who calls the other guy Big Nose.
Okay. And this is a scene when some speaker told some what he told. Some commandments.
So the speaker, yes, it was. Oh my goodness, it was Sermon on the Mount. This is the very famous sermon of Jesus Christ. Actually, that's the only time when you see Jesus Christ pronouncing. So this is the Sermon on the Mount. So, and the words, we cannot actually hear the words because the crowd misinterprets the words and misinterpreting words all the time. And this is also funny because, you know, when you know the words, so only some of them are true. All the rest are not what he told, you know.
And it's a good point about big crowds and these speakers, you know, because they did not have mics and devices for sound.
No technology. Yes.
How we call it? Speaker. I forgot. What is this device that amplifies the sound?
Megaphone.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So they don't have that, and it's very possible that. If the Bible was written in the last row, it was written incorrect.
From the last row. That's right.
So this sun umbrella, parasol. How is it? Parasol. Okay, it looks like Japan one, no?
Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese. That's right.
And what about their clothes? Is it authentic? What do you think?
I have no idea.
But looks fancy, I would say, and I like this.
Looks authentic. The closest guy is a real peasant because his material is what we call a croaker sack. We actually make food bags out of that material. So he's wearing a food bag material as his clothes. So he's a real peasant, very poor. Some of the other ones are more well-dressed.
Okay. Okay. Another scene, Vasants, it's for you.
And this is where the people used to throw stones at the culprits, the accused, and two people are holding, chained him. And people were very excited to throw stone at him. So it was a funny scene. Yeah.
What is interesting, looks like there is in that place there are two governments, right? A Romans one, and this guys that doesn't look like Romans to me.
No.
So it's another second military, how we call it, so second government, second branch of government or something like this.
No, there was a local government over there, and the Romans, they had like the, I don't know, like the upper thing, which governed several countries actually. So, and they had this, I don't know, like the local government was consisted of priests. And, well, they had like a king or something like that, right? King, probably. So, yeah, they had the government.
And we have, we can see a lot of beards on this crowd. It's false beard, or how we call it, fake beards.
Yeah.
Okay, and we discovered why a lot of women here, right? So what is that? What is that, Diana? Please.
That was very, very nice. I like the captured words. Yes. So the children's matinee, or how to say that? Yeah, it was an arena. Yeah, but it was like children's matinee. That means that like play for children, the morning play for children. So the morning show. This is arena, and we see not so many people over there because it is a morning thing, I guess. So the crowd will come later, and there are some human parts of the human body on the ground. Yeah, so and some blood. So very nice. And we can see the arch, like the gate, something like that. And from there, they push the victims who are going, or the fighters who are going to fight over there. So, and I think that like in this scene, we could see the Goliath and David, and actually how David conquered Goliath. He actually was running too fast for Goliath, and Goliath was too big, and that's why he had heart arrest. That's why he just died because of that. So David did nothing. And I think, can you see on the, you know, like in the background, you can see this, the statue of the wolf, of the she-wolf. Can you see that? So this is like the symbol of Rome, I think. This is like the symbol of the Roman Empire. She-wolf with two brothers, right? So this is the famous statue, I guess.
Romulus and Remus.
Yes, Romulus and Remus, that's right. Romulus and Remus, yes. Okay.
So this ladder looks like old one, right? In the center we have a big ruin, something like that.
Yeah. I'm not sure that they had that in Jerusalem at that time. I'm not sure about that. Maybe Romans, this is the Roman style actually. Romans had these arenas and the fights on the arenas and gladiator fights or something like that. So I'm not sure that Jerusalem had that.
Go ahead, Doran.
Could we call that amphitheater?
I guess so, right?
An ancient name for it is amphitheater. We don't use that much anymore, but amphitheater, the stadium, the kind of seating.
How can we call this special place for, you know, for high society on the right? Is it lounge, some name for that?
Maybe balcony, I don't know.
You know, in opera we always have some special place for, I don't know, for special guests.
Gallery?
Gallery, yes.
Gallery, probably.
Gallery, kind of like a balcony, but... Okay.
Jürgen, please.
Yeah, I have visited an old amphitheater in Paris.
Did they sell this nose, Roman nose, or what they sell? In the movie, they sell some snacks. How they call Roman nose?
Yeah, Otto noses, something like that.
Yeah, I couldn't understand what they were.
Lark tongues, and Otto noses. Something fancy, yes.
Okay.
Fancy Roman snacks.
Okay, and what is the circle subject? Is it in this gallery? What do you think? Looks like a gramophone to me.
The what?
Maybe it's umbrella, big umbrella.
No. Okay. I think that this is how to call it, like a shield or something like that, like a shield. No.
Okay, maybe.
Round shield. It looks like a shield to me.
I was thinking it's some kind of pipe to make sound.
Can you point to it? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay, let me try. Can you see the pointer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This was this one.
Oh, is that a parasol? It looks like maybe an umbrella.
Okay, and how we call this? You know, big pipe which army used in ancient time to make a sound to attack. You know.
That's a horn.
Horn. Okay, I was thinking
maybe a trumpet. Yeah.
Okay.
A matinee. We still use the word matinee today in English. In America, if you go see a movie before 6 o'clock p.m., earlier than that, we call that a matinee, and it has a cheaper ticket price. If you go after 6 o'clock, you pay the full movie price. So it's kind of like an early bird special. A matinee is an early afternoon showing that has a cheaper price. All right.
Okay, and our time is over. I don't know. Should we? Should...
Yeah.
Okay, so. Okay, so it was fun, you know. I'm not sure that now I understand what is the movie about, but it's somehow more clear than before.
Okay.
All right.
So thank you very much for coming for the
Thank
good
you.
conversation.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Bye bye.
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 See you.
Bye bye.